Hey guys, how you guys doing?
What's
What's
up,
up,
Travis?
Travis?
What's up? I'm really excited to talk to the three of you. Three of my favorite actors all in one place. It's really cool.
Oh, thank you.
Um,
Nice background, man.
Yeah, good.
thanks.
I want that for me.
Sorry, Ben, I couldn't find one with you with a gun. Everybody got a gun but you in this one, so sorry about that. But anyway, let's talk King Ivory. I watched this yesterday. I really enjoyed it. For the kind of enjoyed it for the kind of movie that it is. Not the kind of movie that it's like a happy movie or anything like that, but it's a movie that I thought was really well done. James, I'll start with you, man. How did you get involved with this film and playing Lane? What got you into it?
It's kind of funny. John and I were going to do another film, and we lost the financing. I'd kind of hopped in to replace another friend of mine who had to drop out. I mean, this is the world of independent filmmaking. We lost all the money, and then John turned around and he was like, "Wait a minute, I got the summer off. I got this open chunk of time." And he was like, "Hey, you want to read this script?" And I read this, and the other movie that we were going to do was someone else's movie.
Mhm.
This was John's movie. This
Yeah.
meant something to him. This was deep to him. This is his story. We have these moments in our life where it really is all your experience is coming to this kind of this was his film. This was his baby. This is the jumping off point. And that in itself is exciting. And that in itself is always a reason to be a part of something.
I think does that add like an extra layer of a challenge or to be taking on a personal movie like this for a filmmaker?
I love it. I want something personal to be at stake. I want the stakes to be high. And John is a well-versed professional filmmaker. So you're talking about someone who knows what they're doing, who's well-researched, and he's ready to go kind of put this group together and then go play.
One of the threads that I like going throughout the movie and all the subplots is this need to protect the younger generation. I think it goes through almost every subplot in the movie. And Michael, I'll go to you next. Your character Ramon, he has that. Like he protecting one of the drug mules. He doesn't seem like something that he would do, but he does it. Talk to me about getting into that character of playing Ramon, who's a bad guy who's in some ways also trying to do a good thing.
Thank you, man. Great writing. John Swab, just to echo what James said, is a great writer director. He's an actor's director. Real badass guy who's got some great projects lined up for him. So we're all a fan of his and cheering for him. I loved the idea that this guy was like a modern day pirate. He's a character that walked at the beat of his own drum, who has been in the military, probably high ranking, and who saw so much corruption on both sides that he decided to remove himself from that war and profit for himself. Ironically, to feed his children and try to bring up these kids who and people who don't really have another way of earning a living, or so it seems. And there's an interesting kind of hypocrisy in that, and irony in that kind of like a Robin Hood type, but extremely dark and extremely tragic and very corrupt. So there's it's a complex character because he's clearly not in the right, but he also clearly has, I'm sure if you sat down with him, very interesting points. And what I love about John's script is at the very end, the character's humanity cracks and seeps through the cracks, and he removes himself from the conversation. He does a very brave thing where he stops pointing fingers and takes responsibility for his part, and puts himself in a difficult personal position, but I think a high moral position when he removes himself from the equation.
Ben, I'm always impressed by your ability to kind of transform into the characters that you're playing, no matter what the role is. I'm always impressed by it, and I'm impressed by your performances as George Smiley in this as well. Talk to me about getting into that character, the voice you use for the trach ring, all the stuff, man. Talk to me about that role.
Uh, John Swab does his homework, our writer director. Um, and just to echo what these wonderful actors have said, he can talk to the guys in the high rise. He can talk to the kids in the suburbs. He can talk to the cartels, and he does his homework. and Smiley was George was a bit of a blank slate as a soldier, uh, and he's incredibly collaborative. And I brought an idea to him and just said, well, maybe he's fighting something we don't have to overtalk. And survivors of cancer who've touched us all are fighters. So let's give them something. And getting to work with Melissa Leo, our incredible cast, it's a great way to come to work and ask questions.
Yeah.
And hopefully this film asks questions, because it is an epidemic and it affects so many people right now. So that's our goal.
Ben, do you look for movies? Or do you try to look for movies that have the kind of a message or a goal in mind, like this one does?
Uh, you read a script when it crosses your desk, and if you're lucky enough to be asked to be a part of something, uh, for me at least, it's not knowing how to do it. It's saying I don't know,
Mm.
and knowing that you're in good company to ask similar questions.
Yeah. This movie has a lot of intertwining plots that diverge and do all sorts of different things. So you guys don't always get to share a lot of screen time together. I mean, I don't even know if you guys share any screen time together or very little. I'll go to you, Michael, on this one. What was that? What was it like shooting a movie like this that goes in so many different directions? Did you shoot it uh, continuously or in continuity form, or did you guys kind of jump around a bit?
That's a great question. You rarely shoot in continuity. It's not like the theater, where you get the chance to rehearse it all. I don't think you even ever, if very rarely do you even rehearse it in continuity. So it wasn't. It was shot in about 20 something days in one of the
Wow.
hottest summers, recorded in Tulsa. And there's twofold to that question. The first one is most of the actors in the scenes I was in were pulled off from the streets.
Oh, wow.
And I mean that literally. I remember there's a scene that was cut in the film that takes place in a parking spot, and the two guys were pulled up from a 7-Eleven, and John went to look for the two hardest dudes he could find. And it was kind of that was the experience. And they showed up and they signed this waiver. And here you are, an actor working with people that nobody knows. No one's ever met these guys. No one knows who they are. They're just in the car with you. And what I found so impressive and so much fun was how between John and I, we were able to get these guys excited about it and get them to really give great performances. It was the same thing for like the parents, the conversation that Ramon has with Dave, the actor Dave, who's a wonderful young actor coming up. And he has this big conversation where the parents are listening. We had to wait about 45 minutes to an hour on set for them to find actors to come and fill those roles. On the day of, we didn't know who was going to show up. And it was stuff like that. And you have these two actors that I don't even know if they've ever done anything on camera before, give really great performances. And I look at the film and I go, wow, um, everybody, anybody and everybody given the right chance with the right people can shine. And that's something I really believed in. And thanks to John Swab, that was a testament to the film, because a lot of these people were not actors and they did a great job. So to all the people out there, you can do anything you want, you just need the right group of people.
Well, not only did they did a great job, the three of you did a fantastic job as well. I want to wish you guys the best of luck with the film. I believe it opens this week on the 14th. Like I said, I wish you guys the best of luck. Thanks a lot for your time, you guys. Thank you very
Thanks,
much.
Travis.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Trev.
Travis.
Bye, guys. Thanks for checking out the show. If you like what we're laying down, please subscribe to our channel and click the bell to receive notifications for all of our latest stuff.